So we need to learn how to be married. I remember reading an excellent article years ago, where he said learning to be married is like learning a language. You don't learn a language overnight. The Arabic students can tell you that. You don't just wake up one day and I can speak a language. No, you're going to make a lot of mistakes as you're practicing. But through that practice and through that continued learning, you get continuously better and better at that language. You have to learn how to be married. And this is why retreats like this are so important, is because for most of our lives, we say, don't worry about marriage, don't worry about marriage. Just school, focus on school, focus on getting a job, focus on going to college, focus on getting a graduate degree, focus on this. And then the person gets to a point where, okay, now you can get married. The whole past 25 years, nobody taught me how to be married. We never talked about it. Later, don't worry about it. Focus on school. But actually, we need to teach people. And I'm very happy that there are even youth, young men and young women here, because it's important from a young age to learn how to be married. These were things that were passed down through just the wisdom of elders and having intergenerational families in one household in the past. That's long gone. So we have to dedicate ourselves to learning about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. You have to learn how to be a team. And many people, I've counseled a lot of young couples, many people around that 6-month, 1-year mark, they start to get a little worried. I don't know, the kind of rose-colored glasses start to fade off. You start to, you see the person and they wake up first thing in the morning. You're like, man, you didn't look like that when I saw you. I don't know. Did I make the right decision? That starts to happen, huh? But they start to worry and they start to argue. And I don't know, you get a little jealous. There's all types of things that take place. All of that, unless it's getting to a point where it's very extreme and harmful, and one person is being hurt or one person is being extreme. But generally speaking, those conflicts, those bumps in the road, in most cases, are very healthy because you're learning how to communicate. You're learning how to be a team through those conflicts. I remember a really beautiful talk that I heard years ago, Sheikh Muhammad al-Yaqubi, hafidhahullah. It was a dream interpretation talk that he gave. And he was talking about, if you see this in a dream, this is what it means. If you see that in a dream, this is what it means. And then he said, if you see yourself being buried in a dream, that you're dead and they're burying you, he says it means that you're going to get married. Yeah. And he said, hold on, this is really beautiful. He goes, not because marriage is death. He said, but because marriage is death to your nafs. Because marriage is death to your nafs. He said, you have to commit yourself to the service of the other. Both spouses, the husband and wife, they have to be in commitment to serving one another and overcoming their own nafs in order to be happily married. And when both people do that they serve one another, support one another, they're there for one another, both of them become happy. Now, when it's one person giving and the other person taking, that's problematic. One or the other is going to run out of energy. Right? Has to be a mutually supportive relationship. And what we're talking about here, especially as it relates to our relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and seeking His good pleasure, is you are responsible for your own self. So you have to be that person who's willing to come with these qualities to the table. So you have to learn how to be a team. You have to cooperate. You have to see each other as a team. And what happens a lot of times in the modern world that we live in is that people see each other, and the shaitan loves this, as pitted against one another. There's certain things that I want from you, and there's certain things that you want from me, and it starts to become this psychological warfare. That is terrible. That's terrible. To feel like that's not the harmony, that's not the sakina that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us is the goal behind this. So you have to come to it as a team. How can we work together to solve our problems? How can we work together to support you through your difficulty or my difficulty, and so forth?